Today we're talking about, I've got a top 11 fears that keep people from obtaining success.
Oh. Welcome to the closing table with the Money Guys, Sidney Young and Jared Parrish. This episode is being brought to you by Allure Financial, AllureFinancial.com, your source for real estate investment funding. Now, presenting the Money Guys. All right. Y'all sit down. Have you been smoking Mary J. Wanna?
Nope, not me.
You're too happy.
Not up in here!
My name's Sidney Young.
I'm Jared Parrish.
We're the Money Guys, and we got Yo Money. Hey, guess what? The Money Guys brought to you by Allure Financial, AllureFinancial.com. You'll see it right there. You see it thrown across.
And also by AllureFinancial.com.
And AllureFinancial.com. Which, by the way, this podcast, the Close to Money Guys, is worldwide, man.
Oh, yeah, worldwide. We're getting a lot of attention in Russia.
Russia.
Moscow, actually.
Would you have any Russian connections?
Nope.
You sure?
Not even for vodka. I do like me some Stoli, though.
Who?
Stoli?
What's Stoli?
Stolichnia? It's
Bless
a brand of vodka.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, cool.
Anti-alcoholic jackass.
So, because we get a lot of hits in Russia. How this happens? How's that happen?
I don't know. They. I mean, we're on all the podcast platforms.
Yeah.
And I mean, anyone, and that's one of the beautiful things with the internet, because you can really, I mean, you can see things from anywhere around the world.
Yeah.
So they find us. They just Google the closing table with Money Guys. Let's see what these funny men they talk about.
Oh, he's so funny. Okay, so we're in Russia. We still have a lot of hits around the United States, too. So this show is popularizing.
Yeah, I mean, help us out a little bit. If you like the show, like, share subscribe. Tag your friends in it. Yeah, give us some hits. So
anyway, that's we're just sort of proud that the Russians like us.
Yeah,
we're doing better than the president with Russian hits.
Right? Yeah. At least we don't have any fake dossiers about us.
I don't know what a dossier is, but it sounds like a dancer. Anyway. So today we're going to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, we've got some new information for everybody.
Hey, that's another thing too. Well, since we're talking about little financial things, before we go into, I'm going to talk about some. This year our wholesaling has really picked up. Holy smoke! One man's trash, another man's treasure.
Pretty much, yeah. We've had a handful of people that have gotten into fix and flips, either ran out of money, circumstances changed, things like that, and we've actually been picking up a lot of homes mid flip.
Man, it's really seems like we're getting a lot of attention in the wholesaling world out there. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things with COVID, people have their regular job and they're doing flips on the side.
Yeah.
But when their main job dries up, the money that they were using to do said flip kind of dries up as well. And for a lot of them that are paying a lot of money in interest, because fix and flip loans, I mean, they're not all that cheap. They charge a high interest rate because it's a short-term loan.
Yeah.
If they're going to have their money out there and that exposure, and it's not going to be very long. They need to make money on that money. So
it's a good time for the wholesaling business out there. So if you are a wholesaler and you have a deal, remember we're not going to do the wholesale chain. You have to be direct with the property owner. But if that's you and you don't have a place to put that, you're just making postings, hope somebody responds to you with money. Guess what? Joint venture with us. We'll have it sold in a day.
Yeah. Typically, 24, 48 hours, we're going to wrap that bad boy up.
Yeah. So anyway, that is our wholesale. Wrap it up, take it. Who sings that song? Not us. Anyway, we're going to let you swallow that one.
Now, we've also been getting calls
for
people with restaurants that have been wanting loans for their restaurant.
Man, COVID is, think about this. A year ago, you were physically shut down from full speed to zero.
In certain states, they're still fully shut down.
Man,
New York and California, both of those governors screwed that state. They
Uncle
screwed the
Greggy
people in
said,
it. Yeah. Uncle Greggy said, "Pop a top, sons of bitches." Yeah.
Papa Top again.
Yeah. So, but we get these people now. We've got two different types of scenarios here.
Yeah.
We've got one guy on this side says, COVID really kicked my business in the balls. Is there a way where I can leverage the building that I have to pull in money so I could use that for my business because I'm losing shit? And then we have scenario B over here where this guy says, my business is actually doing great because I was smart enough or was able to pivot during the COVID shutdown. And now I'm wanting to buy the restaurants that are going out of business. Well, as a matter of fact, today we do have a solution.
Yes, we do.
Tell them what they won there, Bob.
Behind door number 3. We partnered up with another hedge fund, and we now offer business funding. Now, here's a difference between business funding and what... Is there where a little thing pops up above my head?
Oh, yeah. You look very angelic.
Well, thank you. Business funding versus asset-based funding. Allure Financial has been primarily asset-based funding, real estate investment. Now we're talking business funding. You have to have your business in business for a minimum of 12 months. Has to be a brick-and-mortar business. Can't be a work-from-home business.
Yeah. Or for you civilians out there, that's 1 year.
1 year, 12 months. Need at least a 551 FICO score. That's it, man.
551, man, that's not really hard to come by these days.
Man, I'm only 49 points away. So if that's you and you have a cash flow issue with your business, it costs you zero. No upfront money, zero to get with Allure Financial. Let us run a pre-qualification on you. Don't pull credit or nothing else. It's all just based on what you're telling us. And based on that, we can tell you how much money we can get you by the end of the week.
In order to get the money, yes, we are checking credit.
Yeah, in order to get the money, but we're going to base it on what you tell us.
Yeah. Now, how much money can they get, Sydney?
Up to $450,000.
$450,000 with one entity. What if they've got multiple businesses?
Well, then it's going to be different.
It can go up to $650,000.
Yeah.
So think to yourself, if you've got a restaurant, I mean, it's not just restaurants either. I mean, we're talking a whole list of different businesses.
Yeah.
So if you've got a business out there, maybe you either were suffering through COVID or now it's really time to expand and you need some extra cash flow or need some funding to do something, give us a call. What would $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 do for you in your business?
And you can have that in less than a week's time?
Yeah, 7 days.
I mean, it's not like a real estate where you go to a closing. I mean, here they're going to email you docs, you sign them, boom, money's wired to your bank account.
It is, and it's not coming from China.
China.
Good stuff.
Business funding is another tool we put in our tool belt to help businesses out there obtain cash flow.
We're in the business of funding business.
Hey, we're in the money business, man. If we can't get you money, you ain't got no money. All right, you got to have money to get money, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So where do you get the money at to get the money?
The money guys.
The money guys, Yeah. Let me give you Jared's home address. You knock on his door for money.
Right.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, no.
Business funding is important. I mean, think about it, man. I mean, you can't drive home without running across 200-300 businesses. Each one of them has an issue somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Now, there's some that are thriving like you wouldn't know what and don't
they're
need
doing
business
great,
funding.
yeah.
But there's so many out there. I've always said this. There's no glory in being broke. And there are so many businesses out there that don't want you to know that they're hurting. They want you to think they're on top of the world financially. And so this is how you do it. You get business funding so your employees, your business people don't have to see that you were an issue. It's a Band-Aid. It's what, 12, 24 months?
We've got multiple products for it.
Yeah.
So give us a call. Let's sit down. Let's go through what your needs are. If there's, let's come up with a game plan so where we can use this money to help grow your business.
Right. Allure Financial, allurefinancial.com. Go to our webpage. The information's not on there, but you can contact us through the webpage. Our phone number's on there, our email, all that stuff.
Yep.
We'll eventually get some information on the webpage. But this fund is so new that we just want to get it out during the podcast today.
Yes, definitely.
So guess what? We're going to do an early defunct commercial break today because when we come back, we're going to talk about...
We'll talk to you about it when we get back.
Now going on.
January. Clearance.
Sale.
At all.
Tower.
Record.
Video and book.
Stores.
3.
Days.
Only.
3 CDs.
Just $35. Thousands.
To choose from.
Hundreds.
Of movies.
2 for
$20.
all books.
30% off. Laserdisc.
And video games.
Sale price. It ends
Thursday.
midnight. 3 CDs.
$35.
2 videos.
$20. Books 30% off. Right now.
At all.
Tower.
Records.
Video and book
Stores.
3.
Days.
Only.
It ends.
Thursday.
Midnight.
All right, welcome back to the Money Guys. My name's Sidney Young, and the smartass to my left is
Jared Parrish. So today we're talking about, I've got a top 11 fears that keep people from obtaining success.
Oh, okay.
You know, so many people will work. They've got their worries on, being an entrepreneur, and there's legitimate reasons for people.
He
to
had
be
a full
scared.
set of hair when we started this business. Mine was
12.
here.
It's 12. It's 12. So we're going to go over these lists of fears and also how to deal with said fears.
With said
You know?
fears.
Yes, with said fears.
Who said fears?
Tears for Fears.
Oh, I think we did a deal with him. Said fears.
Yeah, so the first one, number one, is going to be fear of change. Now, there's a lot of people that have fear of change. Fear of change makes us anxious about the future, and this will certainly lead to a closed mindset in which we fail to make adjustments and anticipate what's coming.
You know what's
next.
huge in that fear of change? Let's say you worked a 9-to-5 job your entire life. Now you're finally said, I'm done. I'm going to start my own business. And you wake up that first Monday morning, and you're only accountable to yourself.
Yep, that self-motivation.
Scares the crap out of you. Now we sort of sleep thinking, oh, I
Well,
get there when I get there.
One thing I noticed is a lot of people will come up with an idea.
Yeah.
And they'll grab their calculator, and
Yeah.
I've done this plenty of times before, and they'll say, hey, because if I do this and I do that 20 times, I could make this much money. And they'll retain that idea, and it remains an idea.
All right. The action
And
part's
it
missing.
actually keeps them from ever starting.
Yeah.
And, they oversimplify it in their head, but then when it actually comes down to the action part and moving forward, that's where they're like, oh,
So
this is more harder than I was.
So what is the fear of change, right?
Yeah, so fear of change, and with that, I mean, it's just something. I mean, I hate to put it like this. You're just gonna have to overcome it.
Yeah.
I mean, take everything step by step. One of the things that'll help you with all of this is setting up a game plan and studying up steps 1 through 10 or 1 through 20, but leading you into it. If you're transitioning out of an old job, how are you going to prepare yourself for this? So preparation and taking those steps.
Now, I don't want you to start crying or nothing, but what sort of helped us when we started a couple years ago getting a little financial going is we knew, and we're both entrepreneurs, so we had a lot of confidence in our abilities, but we weren't a one-man show. Every freaking day I wore his phone out. He wore my phone out, back and forth, back and forth. Could you imagine if you're doing it for the first time on your own?
I was with my insurance agency.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I was by myself.
Oh, your insurance agency. Yeah.
I was by myself with insurance,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to self-motivate.
It is.
And then when leads dry up or business is kind of slow, you've got no one that you can bounce ideas off
Yeah.
of. You've got no one you can lean on. You've got no one that you could bitch to.
Yeah.
And that in itself, I mean, that'll drive you insane.
You know how many times we bounce ideas and I go, man, you're a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
Then they'll say something else. Hey, you're a genius.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And he'll come up with ideas that I never thought of, and vice versa. And that's where that teamwork really comes into play. So I guess that would be a great way to overcome your fear of change is have a partner.
You know, when some people are they think, well, that means I give up half my profits. You know what? I'd give up half of this much profit versus 100% of this much profit.
Mm-hmm. I talked to Nicole the other day, and she said that she talked to a friend of hers, and he says, hey, it'd be great if we just started flipping homes.
Yeah.
And she says, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, So, I really wasn't expecting you to say yes. Let me
think about that. I gotta go to work. See you later.
Yeah. It's like, it's a great idea. Oh, yeah, let's just make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And, but then, that went over like a lead balloon when she wanted to pull the trigger. Next one is fear of failure.
Oh, God. Come on,
Okay,
man.
when we think of failure, we think of an unbearable embarrassment and that anguish of losing everything. But fear is also fear of failure is also rooted in pride.
You know what combats fear of failure?
Success.
Every piece of shit motherfucker out there that ever insinuated that you can't be successful. You do it to
I
shove
like
it in their
that one.
fucking face.
We're different. It may not work for you, but for definitely for us, when someone says that we can't do something, man, that
Dude.
lights the fire under me.
Hey, I tell you one thing.
Yeah.
We shove it in
Definitely.
their fucking face, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the thing, I mean, there's some times where we look at stuff and we're like, how are we going to do this? We don't
Yeah.
even know if we can.
Yeah. But you'll never know that we're thinking that.
Oh, no, hell no. But that's the thing. We work together and we figure out a way how.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what they always say, where there's a will, there's a way. There's definitely
You
a will.
call
here.
us up. I want to do this deal. It's $86 trillion, $1.9 trillion. Can Allure Finance? Man, we'll have you closed by next Friday. Hang up the phone. How the hell are we going to do that?
But you know what? Sometimes those crazy deals, we get them done. Even,
Yeah.
I mean,
We've got so creative in wholesaling.
Truth
We've
defies
created
logic sometimes.
we've created a system in wholesaling that is I've never seen it done. I'm talking about our contract.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never
Works a
seen it
little
done that way ever.
It's smooth, though.
And it works with the right title company. And I
it works
don't
with
want
any
to even
title
let it out because it's very unique.
Oh, it's proprietary secret.
Yeah, it really is. But anyway, that creativity when we're trying to get a deal done is how come we're able to do that?
Yeah, but and you know that
Yeah.
necessity, that desperation really sets in and
Desperation.
drives you to it.
Yeah.
So number 3 is going to be the fear that you don't know enough.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that one a lot.
But you know what? No one knows you don't know till they know you don't know. Then guess what? They know you don't know. You know?
Yes. Spoken like proverbs right there. Yeah, no,
Years
it's,
ago, okay, I got to jump into this. Years
right.
ago, I had a home building company. I was a partner in a home building company. When I first started, I wasn't a partner. I was just an employee there. And I walk in, and they said, "Can you read blueprints?" I said, "No." They said, "When a client comes to open up their blueprints and says, what do you think about those windows?" You say, "Those are pretty impressive windows." And you just make some comments up. You come get me, the expert, and I'll come explain it until you learn it. So for 6 months, that's how I did it.
Yep. And you practice what you do know, and you have to be open to learn new things.
Yeah.
I learn new things every single day, and in many instances, when it came to like when we started Allura, I wanted to learn everything that I could learn about mortgages and lending and all of this before jumping into it. And you told me sometimes you just got to jump in and get it done.
Man, it's easier to get a deal when you have a deal.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know about anybody else, but I've learned probably some of my best lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
You go out, you screw up, and you learn,
We lost thousands in deals because we didn't do it right. I've lost thousands because my evaluations were wrong. I almost lost this deal this week because of my evaluation on the wholesale deal because my verbal evaluation with you on the phone was 100% off. So I learned to be open-minded, shut up, it could cost you money, and deal with facts.
So that's sometimes you don't know enough, but you're going to learn. You're
Yeah.
open to learn. You can overcome that fear of not knowing enough.
Yeah.
And once again, going into it, find someone that you can learn from.
Yeah.
Work with a partner. Working with more people, you're going to learn more things.
And you grow a lot quicker. You can't do it on your own. Okay, even if you go into a business 100% your own, you eventually have to trust and diversify with others. Now, these other people don't have everything to lose like you do. If you have a business partner, that partner has the same amount to lose as you.
Yeah, shared responsibility, and you can bitch at each other or bitch to each other.
And if he drinks all the liquor in the office, just get rid of the alcohol in the office. That's all you got to do. Oh, did I say out loud?
And
Sorry.
we did. And we did.
Next.
Yeah. Number 4, fear of the unknown.
Oh, dude, come on now.
Yeah, so,
Come on.
January, we were rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
February, we were kicking ass. Now, this is of 2020.
Yeah.
And March hit.
Oh, man, I remember last February.
Yeah.
Dude, 10 to 12 deals a week.
Yes. And then March hit, and we were like,
Whoa.
yeah, it was rough.
Man,
And
we
that's
were
the thing.
scared.
So, uncertainty registers in our brain like a blaring alarm. We often avoid the unknown because we fear change.
Yes.
We are afraid of losing control and being unable to manage potential outcomes. You can't control everything.
No.
Okay? This is where you do kind of have to nut up just a little bit.
Now, we had an advantage, though, in that COVID didn't just affect us. It came around and affected the whole world. So the whole world was dealing with change, not just us.
Yeah, but also one of the huge advantages that we have.
The who?
advantages.
Butte advantages.
One of the advantages that we have is we had a network of people that we use as resources.
Yeah.
You know, building that network of friends that have been in it forever and a day and that can tell us, say, hey, you know, that you might want to look at this, you want to take a look at this, or hey, I know someone else, or hey, I know more funds that are still open.
You know, we are so fortunate, man. We have very wealthy people on speed dial. We call up. We spoke to one earlier, Carlos. We got people who are millionaires, and we call up and say, hey, man, in this situation, what would you do? And we don't have all the answers sometimes. We had to call one about a couple hours ago, good friend of ours. And it's just good to have those actual resources on speed dial.
Yeah, just bounce ideas off someone. And also knowing that everyone else is going through something similar, there is some kind of comfort to that.
Yeah.
So, make sure that you've got, you know, if you don't know anyone in your industry, go check out your local Chamber of Commerce or your local or just networking events, things like that.
I still talk to, of course, we're not really traditional lenders. We have resources for that. But I got tons of traditional lenders who are good friends of mine. I went to church with a buddy of mine Sunday who's a traditional.
Did you go to church?
I did Sunday.
Oh.
I know, man.
Did it burn?
Thank you, Jesus. I went to church Sunday, man. Yeah. I'm going back this Sunday,
good
too.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. So you said you had a friend that you saw at church.
Well, I'm just saying, I associate with a lot of people who are in the mortgage industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they don't want anything other than the fact that we talk about what we do versus what they do, and everything else.
Yeah, and it's good to talk to other people. You know, it's difficult to be in, especially with entrepreneurs. It's difficult to be an island.
Oh man,
when everything's on you, when you're managing every part of your business, and all of the information is based on you and what you do and how you think. Man, it's tough. You'll go insane.
It is.
You need to have that team behind you. Number 5, fear of committing to business expenses. Now, some people may not worry about it. Maybe they've got money in the bank. They're not too scared. But those who really dream big, they'll develop a business plan, set goals and objectives, and it's another to put your finances and savings on the line for large business expenses. You know, like so, you know. We moved out of our office during COVID. Yeah. And we
went home.
Yeah. We were looking at different places, and we were like, no, let's back off.
Yeah.
When we found our new office,
before even that, I used to drive from North Houston, and he lives in South Houston, way the heck over there.
About an hour away.
Yeah. And we'd office out his house every day. And I said, we got to get back in the office environment. And so we strategically picked downtown Houston.
Yes.
Because we have a business
right in the middle.
That is, we do business nationwide. And if you're in Miami and I told you a suburb of Houston to where our office is, you wouldn't know it. But if I say, hey, our office is located in downtown Houston, boom, it gives us credibility. We're in downtown Houston. You know it. Everyone knows
Giving away our secrets, man.
Our secrets, man. So, you know.
But like with that type of business expense, because remember, I was a little trigger shy on that one.
But this guy, I always said this, his head ain't going to fit through the door. He's the master negotiator. If I told you I can't even
We don't need to go down that road.
What he did to get us this office was incredible, man. We came out of pocket zero money and got an office in the 4th largest city in the United States, downtown.
Yep.
And because of his negotiating.
Yeah, because I'm really cheap sometimes. But that works to our advantage on occasion.
Yeah,
on occasion.
Every occasion.
On occasion. So our next one is going to be number 6, fear of taking risks. A risk can pay off with amazing success or can lead to a downward spiral and failure. But there is an important difference between dangerous and unmitigated risk and thoughtful, calculated risk.
True.
Okay? So
we're more, I would say the two of us are more risk takers than non-risk takers.
We're risk takers, but we're also calculated risk takers.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
I
cross the street and I don't even look.
Sometimes we have to do the takeaway with a client that wants to negotiate the day of closing, and we refuse to. We at closing we don't need to be negotiating.
And no, you need to have your shit ready.
You know, we actually have had clients walk the day of closing, and we lost several $1,000s because of it. But we stuck to our guns.
Yeah. Who controls your business, you or the clients?
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
So another one is going to be 7, fear of disappointing others.
Some
people really and
do you have that?
if you put it into perspective, let's say you told your whole family, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how it's going to work, and man, it's just going to be so
Dude,
great.
We did that. And
Yeah.
our family has even looked at us like, oh, no, not again.
You can't just do this. No, this doesn't work. But for some people, that's a major thing.
But those people that did that a couple of years ago, now
that was just that for me. It was a motivator. It's like, no, you can't do that. It's like, I'll show you that I can.
You know, I told you about my buddy. Oh, what are you doing now? Dude, now he ain't saying that, is he?
No. Now he's like, can I get an application?
Yeah, can I get a job there?
Yeah. So disappointing others, I mean, that's just something that you're just going to have to, I mean, a lot of these, I mean, you're just really going to have to put your big boy pants on or big girl pants on and push your way through it.
Before we put any more pants on, it's time for another defunct commercial break. No longer in business. We'll be right back.
I got free film with my card.
Got double prints with mine.
Photomat has free film, free prints, terrific discounts with a preferred customer card. Only from Photomat.
I get a free roll for each roll I bring in.
Or a second set of prints free. Bring your holiday film to Photomat for quality prints and big savings the moment you sign up for your preferred customer card.
That was the second defunctor of the day. The defunctor. Okay, we're talking about fears and aspirations about being in your own business.
Yes. The fears that keep you from success. So number 8 is going to be the fear of being pushed into uncomfortable situations. Sorry, starting your own business is an uncomfortable situation. Okay?
And who pushes you in that uncomfortable?
Sometimes it's yourself, but if you've got someone that says, "Hey, man, you should really try that. You should really go do that."
Oh, like an MLM?
Yeah, thanks.
It's not how much soap you sell.
You bastard.
I got him suckered into one.
Fucking Team National shit. You and John Garr both.
It's not how much soap you sell. It's how many people get selling the soap. Remember that.
Or it's how many people you could scam into selling the soap.
He paid the money, but he never did
uncomfortable
anything.
situations, though, it could be several different things. So let's say if you have a fear of public speaking, or if you have a fear of flying and you're gonna have to travel a lot for it, getting into uncomfortable situations. With this one, it's practice, okay? Because you will just want to take that bit by bit. If you have a fear of speaking in public, start with 3 or 4 people, then go to 10, and then get some practice behind you, and you realize it's not all that bad. But in the uncomfortable situations, this is just a step-by-step thing. You just need to warm yourself up. So number 9 is the fear of being wrong. Now, a lot of people have that fear.
I don't. I'm wrong most of the time.
Well, you're used to it, though.
Yeah.
But with being wrong, this is just, you're going to have to make a decision. But it's better to be wrong than to have never even tried.
Yeah.
Okay? Is there potential for you to fail? You could fail in anything. I had my brother ask me one time, he says, why would you want to go work on your own like that with the potential failing as opposed to going to work and collecting a salary? I said, I could get fired from a job.
Yeah.
I could fail in anything.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to succeed, might as well succeed in something that could give me a lot better potential.
To not make a decision is making a decision.
Yes, it really is. Number 10 is going to be fear that you're not good enough. Self-doubt can be a mountain to overcome. We all know that. We've all been there.
You've got to incorporate in your daily routine, morning, afternoon, however you do it, motivation. You've got to.
Yeah. Like Zig Ziglar said, he goes, motivation is a lot like taking a bath. A lot of people say it doesn't last long. That's why it's recommended daily. And then the last one is going to be fear of saying no. As an entrepreneur, it makes sense. You want to take on extra work. You want to help people out. You want to do more. Sometimes you have to make sure that the projects and everything that you're going to take on actually lead to the big picture the big goal that you're shooting for.
One thing you'll never hear from us is no. You're going to hear, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, typically.
So
I'll tell people no, though.
If you hear us
I've
say,
learned it.
If you hear us say, let's see what we can do, that's a no. But hey, Allure Financial.
It really depends, man. It really depends. But yeah, so you do have to learn how to tell people no, though.
Allure Financial, AllureFinancial.com, business funding, asset-based funding. If you're in need of money, AllureFinancial.com, we can get you money. This has been the Closing Table with the Money Guys. My name's Sidney Young.
And Parrish.
We're the Money Guys, and we got your money.